Hello, good evening everyone. Today we are discussing topic of acute mesenteric dissection. What is the etiology of acute mesenteric dissection? Connective tissue disease, eardalus, marfan, cystic medial necrosis, based, fibromuscular dysplasia, inflammation, predisposing factor, tobacco, alcohol, atherosclerosis, pregnancy, and heavy weightlifting. The pathology transition from fixed retropancreatic position to mobile mesenteric routes. So we have a relation between the first part of the superior mesenteric artery and pancreas, a better fixed position in relation to more mobile mesenteric route. Growth and shear stress on the anterior convex part of the superior mesenteric artery just distal to the ostium, as in type 2 aortic dissection. In type 2 aortic dissection, the high shear stress present at descending aorta, distal to left subclavian artery. Primary hemorrhage in media due to rupture of vasovasora is also the same etiology of an intramural hematoma in case of an aortic disease. The histology of the acute mesenteric dissection, fragmentation of elastic fiber, loss of smooth muscle, median degeneration, and atheromatosis changes. So, what are the etiologies? Etiology, connective tissue disease, cystic medial necrosis, inflammation. What are predisposing factors? Tobacco, alcohol, atherosclerosis, pregnancy, heavy weightlifting. What's the pathology? Transition from fixed retropancreatic position to free mobile mesenteric route. Growth shear stress on the anterior convex part of the superior mesenteric artery just distal to the ostium. Primary hemorrhage due to rupture vasovasora. Clear picture of mesenteric dissection. Abdominal pain 90% of the patient presented with severe tearing mid-epigastric pain radiate to back. This inflammatory of nerve plexus more than ischemia, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, bowel ischemia, aneurysm, rupture. Diagnosis and increased leukocyte is RCRP and D-dimer. CT angiography detect dissection, false lumen, re-entry, and thrombosis. Conventional angiography, MRA, duplex, see thrombosis more than dissection flap. So the most common presenting symptoms is abdominal pain, severe tearing with epigastric pain related to back, is related more to inflammation than ischemia, nausea, vomiting, and change bowel habits, aneurysm liable for rupture. We have many different classifications for the mesenteric dissection. For example, this classification for Luan et al. It's almost an anatomical type A dissection between the ostium and the curvature of the superior mesenteric artery. Type B is related to the curvature. Type C extended from the curvature distally. Type D extended toward the iliocolic or iliac artery. Classification of Yun et al. Type 1 patent false lumen with entry and re-entry. Type 2 cul-de-sac with no re-entry. Type 3 thrombosed false lumen with ulcer detected. Type 4 complete thrombosed in the true and false lumen without ulcer. Sakamoto et al. Type 1 we have patent false lumen with entry and re-entry. Type 2 cul-de-sac entry without re-entry. Type 3 thrombosed false lumen with ulcer detected. And type 4 thrombosed completely false lumen without ulcer detected. So I think the most important classification, the first and the third one. The first one, which is anatomical, for one, in relation to the ostium type A, in relation to the curvature type B, from curvature distal type C, and distal to iliocolic and iliac artery type D. And we have Sakamoto et al. Patent false lumen with both entry and re-entry. Type 1, type 2 cul-de-sac shaped false lumen with entry without re-entry. Type 3 we have thrombosed false lumen with the ulcer detected. Type 4 completely thrombosed false lumen without ulcer detected. So what's the management for mesenteric dissection? Spontaneous isolated, that means it's not associated with aortic dissection. Superior mesenteric artery dissection. asymptomatic surveillance, hemorrhage and bowel necrosis, laparotomy, abdominal pain, bowel rest and anticoagulation, resolved surveillance, resistant pain, endovascular management in the form of superior mesenteric artery stenting, severe ischemic symptom, superior mesenteric artery stenting. For the management, initial treatment is bowel rest and observation. Bowel rest improve pain related to ischemia but not to inflammation. Most authors recommend long-term antiplatelets. Laparotomy in case of bowel necrosis and hemorrhage to assess bowel ischemia and other pathology. Aortovisceral bypass or extra anatomical gastroepiploic hepatic to superior mesenteric artery bypass can be done. Endovascular management in case of failure of conservative bowel rest anticoagulation or in case of severe ischemic symptoms. Thrombolysis has limited role. Embolization of cold in case of pseudoaneurysm, which is liable for rupture. Standing self-expandable away from the ostium, so we are not need for a precise deployment in case of balloon mounted stent. Bare metal stent is preferred being they are present in the mid-segment of the superior mesenteric artery and we have collaterals and we have a branch to preserve the branches. Cover stents is only used in case of aneurysm. So when I can repeat the management, I will focus on endovascular management. Thrombolysis has limited role. Calls for the pseudoaneurysm. Cover stent for the aneurysm. The normal dissection or the classical dissection, which is away from the ostium, need to be treated with the self-expandable bare metal stent. This is the case of mesenteric dissection, superior mesenteric artery, and this is the angiography after stenting. And this is the case of pseudoaneurysm liable rupture, and this is the result after coiling. The aim of endovascular management is to eliminate stenosis caused by false lumen, stabilization of the vessel integrity to avoid later on aneurysmal formation. Recommendation: in patients with asymptomatic isolated mesenteric artery dissection, conservative treatment with antiplatelet therapy and control of hypertension should be considered. Patients with symptomatic isolated mesenteric artery dissection should be considered for treatment with antiplatelet therapy or low molecular heparin or unfractionated heparin until the symptom resolves. Patients with symptomatic isolated mesenteric artery dissection not responding to medical management and with a suspicion of bowel ischemia should be considered for endovascular revascularization. Follow-up with imaging should be considered after isolated mesenteric artery dissection to detect aneurysm formation, occlusion, or stenosis. Thank you very much for your attention.